Greetings, Shelpers! Welcome back to more Rogue Legacy 2. This is my last streaming day this week because I am going to be doing other stuff the next few days. And it's not going to work out because, okay, so tomorrow my sister's coming over, then Friday will be mayhap a rest day. Depending on. I'm gonna just... Oh, I can only do one upgrade. Damn. Hang on a sec. I have to sneeze. One sec. Yes, I hold them. Yes, it's very, very bad for you. Do not do that. Do not copy me. God dang, do not copy me. I've actually heard of someone getting a broken neck over sneezing. So, for the love of all things holy, do not use me as a role model. For literally anything. I did unlock some things. Some upgrades and some runes. Okay, restore health to every enemy defeated. Don't I have that already? Okay, I bought that. That was nice. Then there's reinforce rune. Increases armor. But yeah, I've been finding some runes and stuff. Gain bonus resolve. We'll work on that, but we at least got more life going on. We need that. We need a lot of life going on. I also got what's called the Aether's Wings, so I can actually move forward with the run and try to get the things to open up the door this time. I decided to do it off stream because I didn't want to bore you. It didn't actually take me too long. I think it was 3 runs maybe. I also opened up extra places to go after I defeat the Botany boss, which I'm not entirely sure I'll be doing this time. I do hope to find her, to see her, to weigh and measure her, to let you know how she is. But yeah, so I did get that, and then I did find a little secret area where there was like one letter from the Botany boss about her father in the garden, so you did miss a tiny bit. I do try not to do any kind of lore related items whilst not on stream. Not sure how much any of you care about the lore. But yeah, so my sister's coming on Thursday. This weekend I might be working on like the damn book I told you about, which asked the publisher. He didn't really give me an answer. Because I'm like, how many things published in this damn book would be too many? And I'm not entirely sure what he would think about that. Because I asked him, and at first he's like, no, we don't take previously published manuscripts. And I'm like, no, it's not published manuscripts. Damn it. I'm dying so bad already. And I'm like, no, it's not previously published manuscripts. It's just the pieces in the manuscript. He's like, oh, just let us know then. But I was like, how few and how many pages do you want? And he did not answer me, and I really need to know. So I asked him again, and then he just kind of liked my comment. Because after I, because someone actually said, no, that's not what she meant, and I'm like, no, that isn't what I meant. About the whole thing being published before. Oh my god, I'm dying so bad. I'm not the biggest fan of the Valkyrie. They have some good points, but of course that could just be that I suck with them. I like the cook a lot. I really should do that tier list I promised y'all when I was months ago before I even started playing this, but we'll have to see. I'm hoping to find some life so I can stay put. Beep. We'll see. No, one more shot and I'm dead. So, you know what? We'll retire this person. And then we'll start over again because I am sucking ass. I was hoping I wouldn't, and it was Lady Jenny or whatever. Okay, let's see. Chronic fatigue syndrome. Everything has a cooldown. I do not want to do that. Okay, antique, well, below 50% health, deal 20% more spell and weapon damage. Helpful. But I do like these people. I think they have the most life, the regular warriors or whatever they're called, so... You know, and I will try to get an upgrade, whatever upgrade I can get my hands on. Architect fee, dexterity, let's do that. And then let's run back. I'll start talking to the people on the docks soon. The docks soon, not the docks soon. Just so everybody's aware. But yeah, so I'm gonna start working on my book maybe this weekend. If I can. Oh, I wish I would have got an answer, a good response. But since I didn't, I'll just have to wing it. So I might throw out a few pieces and tighten it a little bit. I don't know, it said for sure they do chapbook length, which is 30 pages usually, around there somewhere, maybe. So that'll give me a good thing to shoot for, but that means I have to cut out a lot. And I don't know if they would want hybrid manuscripts. I think there might be a bit of a language barrier, so that might not help me. Even though they say they do take, you know, English as a consideration for manuscripts, so we'll have to see. I'll work on it. Like I said, there aren't that many places that will even consider a manuscript of what I'm writing. So I have to take the shots I have. We'll see what happens. Yep. We got a couple of... I should actually just run outside and start looking for the other stuff. Like, not money. Be like, no, money, fuck you, get out of here, money. But I'm not gonna do that. Money is highly useful in this game. But I'm getting to the point where it just can't be any money, so I don't know. Maybe I should start running through. Beep, why not? Okay. Let's get out of there. I'm just gonna continue on. I want to find the Lily of the Valley to give to Fuckface, basically. Okay, this doesn't look like it has any hidden passageways. Nope. Okay, so we're gonna go up and around. But yeah, I just want to see how far I can go with the book. I was thinking I was gonna publish it myself, or at least spiff it up this year. Maybe self-pub next year. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's a good idea to start my book now. Hi, welcome. Hi, Unicorn Turtle. I hope everything's well for you. Welcome, Raiders. One turtle to another. Hope you've been well. Unicorn Turtle is always cooking up something delicious in the kitchen. That much I do know. They talk about delicious food I've never tasted. You know, I was thinking about that too with like Christmas time. Like, somebody gave me peppermint bark to try, and I'd never had peppermint bark before. And then I got to thinking, I've never had peppermint bark before then. I've never had eggnog. I've never had, like, I've never built a gingerbread house. Like, there's so much Christmas shit I've never done. Like, absolutely not. I'm doing okay. We're still in Christmas time here because we have a separate Christmas from the family Christmas late this month. So we're still watching Christmas stuff, and yeah, I've never had fruitcake. That's another thing. I think I've had spice cake before, but it's probably not like what you're thinking. But yeah, I've had a spice cake before. That's not a holiday thing in my neck of the woods. And that's another thing. There are a lot of other countries besides America that actually make, like, obviously different things, but like, I know they make like Christmas cakes in some places. My mom would have been like, you aren't having any cake for Christmas. There was always like a very specific thing every holiday. Like, holiday is cookies and candy. Like, Christmas is cookies and candy. So my mom would make like 6 different kinds of candy and like 7 different kinds of cookies or something. I'd have to count to remember. But the cookies were always like oatmeal raisin, molasses, sugar, chocolate with peanut butter chips, just a bunch of them. Like, she would make a bunch of them, and then the candy was like a shit ton as well. And it was always like she was feeding an army, but she technically was. So one time when we lived in the trailer, oh, you haven't had fruitcake either. That's good. I don't feel so alone then. All I know is my grandpa, who I never remembered because he died when I was really little, he loved it. But he loved it made a certain way. Oh, I don't know if I'm going down there. No, we're not doing that today, Shelpers. Nope. But yeah, so apparently he really liked it a certain way. But you know, I'm thinking to myself, you know, he probably comes from the land where when you got like a pair of skates or a sled and an orange for Christmas, which the orange for Christmas has its own set of origins. And of course, like, it started out kind of as a campaign, but kind of as the fact that oranges weren't a very common fruit people could just get a hold of in America. Or probably Britain, I don't know. Okay. Tuna casserole. Yeah, I've actually had that. Finally, you're making something I know what it tastes like. Oh my god. Like, the heavens have poured open here. I just... Because so much of your food, I have no idea. Okay. But yeah, my grandfather was from, you know, a different time. Like, we're talking the 30s, so... Was born in the 30s. So there's like a lot of stuff going on. Okay, I need this one fucking flower that looks like a fucking green middle finger. And then I need to find another one. So I'm hoping I can find both of those and open up the damn door before this particular fucking character dies. Can I do it? Unlikely. Will I do it before end of stream? Probably. Hopefully. Maybe. Perhaps. Oh. Well, it's not looking great though, is it, Shelpers? Oh, hallelujah. Okay. I definitely needed that shit. Okay, there's a room off to the left. But yeah, and then for Thanksgiving, it was always pie. And Halloween and Easter was always candy. Not the kind you make. When I differentiate candy from... Oh god, I'm gonna have to go back out there again. When I differentiate candy, I differentiate it as homemade versus store-bought. So like Christmas was almost never store-bought candy. It was almost always homemade. Okay, I can go across and wait, no, I can't get there. Hold the phone. Okay, let's go this way. But yeah, my mom would make a shit ton of stuff. Her peanut butter balls are legendary, and they're one of the few recipes I do actually have of my mom's. So, okay, so I'm gonna try the up doors right there. So I'm gonna have to start going to the left. Okay, this way? No. I think I have to go up around, maybe? Right through here. And then I can go over and then up. Okay. Yeah, my mom made a really good peanut butter ball. She made good everything. My mom like, made a legendary lasagna, and her recipe is gone. It was like 5 pounds of cheese. It was amazing, this thing. Lily of the Valley, okay. Now we can find the door to open it. So maybe we will actually at least get to the boss today. Which is what I was hoping for. I do a lot of off-stream grinding for this. Like Pokemon, so that you're not all bored all the time. Like, what the fuck is Toluca doing again? Like, why is she showing us the exact same thing? But I was thinking about it. Like, Astral Ascent was one of my number 2 games of the year. I know, spoiler alert. I talk about it a fair bit. Because husband and I are running through it. But the thing with Astral Ascent is... I can't exactly avoid story elements if I do a run through. So I would be doing a run through and then all of a fucking sudden, when I die, they would be like, well, so-and-so used to be a thief, and then like they ran through this with this person and now they're stuck doing this thing, or did you know that this person who kind of helps you now used to be a bad guy, or whatever. There's so much lore. Hang on a second. Chance of avoiding a fatal hit. That would be nice. Let's try it. Anyway, it's just a chance, by the way. It's not a guarantee, so that means probably nothing. In the span of life, that means probably nothing. But let's go. Okie dokie. I'm gonna try to avoid getting hit while we run to the door, hopefully. Oh, we got so many doors here, okay. Well, there's a lore room that I don't need because the book is not with an exclamation point. So, whoops, there we go. Lose no health, defeat all enemies. Okay, this place is where I had to cross to actually get the Aether Wings, which is affectionately known as a double jump. So that's how I'm able to double jump now. Off stream I did the trial, which was like the trial I did for a lot of the other stuff. And that's how we're here. Okay, so I did accidentally skip one, so here's another one. My success has become my undoing. My brothers have blamed me for the rebellion and washed their hands of all responsibility. Lamach demanded the guards and Enoch supervises the spies. Or commands the guards and Enoch supervises the spies. Yet the failure to discover the rebels falls on me. They seek to provoke me. Their soldiers trample. Whoa. Glasses to Luca. Jesus, hold on. And no, I have my glasses on. It's not gonna help. The soldiers trample the undergrowth. They cut down the trees. And they dig ditches to dispose the bodies. Okay. I read that correctly for once. Everything I have done, they seek to undo out of jealousy and spite. They left me no choice. Now I must oversee the burials. They offer no support and mock my traditions. They pressure me to lower my standards, but I shall not. Remove the broken metal, lest it pollute the soil. Clean out the wounds, lest sickness spread through the people. Mourn the bodies of the young, for they bear no children. Tend to my children as I tend the forest. Pass down all trinkets, for sentiment is needed. Honor those who are dead and dying. Pray for the poisoned. Pray. But the bodies won't stop coming. So did she like not want that to happen? Because most of these people are really bad people. So yeah, about that. I have a door over and up. Yeah, over and up. So yeah, we're watching another Christmas movie tonight called, it's based on it's a Debbie Maycomer book made into a movie, or one of her original movies. It's not Miss Miracle, but it's called Trading Christmas or whatever, and it's about this woman and her best friend who live in different places, and her grown daughter is lying to her about staying at college when she's really going with her boyfriend to have a private Christmas. And her father had died, so the mom is actually sad that she's not going to have anybody there with her for Christmas. And so she makes the decision to trade places with a professor, and she stays in his condo by the college, and he needs a place to write because of course he's a writer, and he's having writer's block, and he's had bad experience with women, and she goes to his condo, and the best friend of the woman thinks that she's gonna be alone for the holidays, and she's like, you know what, I'm gonna surprise my best friend. Her daughter's not home for Christmas, and I'm just gonna go surprise my friend and show up at her house. Well, she shows up at, oh yes, we finally get the doors open. Come into my web, said the spider to the fly. Yep, and now I can get up here. Okay. We're gonna die, but we are gonna at least see the new boss. Your offering is accepted. The lilies have been taken. Your sacrifice has been cleansed. And why is my sacrifice cleansed? Sacrifices are messy. The doors are not forever open. Okay. So when I die, the next person can still get in. And this is Nema, and she's gonna be a con, and I'm gonna have a lot of trouble with her. And yeah. She requires a lot of that slick dodging thing that I know absolutely nothing about. You see, here we go already. I think I can dance on these if I can. Yeah, I'm not ready for her. Oh, and I can't even shoot my fucking beam at her correctly. I don't know what stops that, but yeah. Okay, nope, I don't know how. Some things I have to take up the butt, but yeah, this ain't gonna work out well. So, the best friend meets the college professor in the movie and likes him. And the woman who was gonna meet her daughter actually kind of meets the guy's brother, the professor's brother, and so that's kind of what happens. So like the best friend ends up with one brother and she ends up with the other. Yep, see, we're dead. But Lady Sarah has done her job, holy fuck. English, please. Okay. One hit wonder. Oh my god, you know what that's gonna be. Dies in one hit, can't hit anybody, and it's normal. And since I'm not doing money runs on stream, I'm going to just pick the person who can actually, you know, hit things. Okay, that's fine. And I can only get like one upgrade at a time now. But let's see what happens here. The safe says, hey friendo, I can give you some advice. Don't worry too much about how much you got in savings right now. We're in a bull market. You need to spend money to make money. Upgrade the manor of yours. Invest in you before you invest in me. Sounds crazy, right? But I'm telling you, boy, this is how you make money. Technically, they're right. If you get stronger, you can last longer. And Pizza Girl says, did you know I used to be a farmer just like everyone else in the kingdom? Technically, our titles were gardeners, but we never called ourselves that. We tended the lands and grew crops in a natural setting. No tilling, no pens, no fields. That was estuary Nameless rules. Leave the land in a better spot than when we arrived. I try to take that rule to heart when interacting with people too. If we all worked to help each other, the world would be a much better place. Yes, it would be. But we don't. We don't take care of the earth either. Maybe that's why I like delivering pizzas. Everybody likes pizza. I'm sure there's at least one person out there that doesn't like pizza. I don't know. I don't ask. It's not my place. But I'm sure there's at least one person. It was like, pizza? No, fuck pizza. Whether it be because they think, you know, oh, it's gonna get me fat or whatever it is, I don't know. But yeah, so now I gotta work my way back to Nema, whatever the fuck her name is. In the Bible, I was gonna talk about this. That name is a name that's in the Bible, but it wasn't in the original Bible. Like, you've heard of the story of, like, Adam and Eve, right? Well, in the Middle Ages, like, okay, you heard that Adam had a first wife named Lilith, right? Well, apparently, according to some parts of some Bibles in the Middle Ages, I think they took it out now, but Adam had a second wife. And I think Nema was actually made of, I want to say mud. But I can't remember, honestly. But there was something wrong with her. Like, Adam was disgusted by her, too. Like, the first wife, she was not weak and obedient, and she basically, Lilith wanted sex on top. Which is, like, not, you know, something you're supposed to do as a passive woman. Is to go forth and do it, you know, cowgirl style, as some people call it. Oh, is the food good? I bet it was. You make delicious things. I always wonder if you're like a chef or something, or if you just really like to cook. Okay. I also, Turtle Unicorn, did not know you streamed, actually. I know that's weird to say. I just did not know. Good food is awesome. Brings people together. Has a lot of memories tied to it. Though, as a fat woman, people don't always like when I talk about food, but I like food. Obviously. No, I'm kidding. I didn't mean to record that. God dang it. Not the clip. Not the clip. But yeah, so... Anyway, Lilith wanted to dominate Adam, and Adam was like, no, 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 Lilith, I want a submissive wife because all good women are submissive. Eye roll, chuckle, whatever. And so that happened. And then God made Nema out of mud, I think. And then Nema was repulsive to Adam. Probably because of the mud thing, I'm not sure. And then Eve was the third wife, according to some of the parts. Well, I don't have an audience. I've been doing streaming almost 2 years, by the way. 2 years in March already. And I just have the occasional person to come by and say hi. Which is always nice. Just someone to, you know, stick around or watch from the shadows or whatever it is people feel like doing. I ramble a lot, and some people actually find that soothing, which, whatever floats your boat. I don't get how rambling is soothing, but I'm glad it's soothing for somebody. Oh, fuck my nuts. Apparently I did really, really bad. Alright. Okay, now we have nobody who has a bad thing. So we have... Okay, charge the necklace. Okay, that's not anything. You barely flinch after taking damage. That's good. Minus 25% health, but can only be hit in the heart. Or 15, whatever. I'll take this one. I'll take this one. Yeah, I talk all the time. Even when I'm alone. Like, I talk about the movies I watch, the games I play, what I've been doing in my life, what I think about. I never shut the fuck up. So, that's the thing. I don't just talk because, you know, people are here talking to me. It's easier to talk when people are talking to you, though. Like, I will guarantee you that. It is easier. Because otherwise you're just there with your own voice and, like, no one to bounce it off of. You know, one of the things we talked about in one of the earlier episodes of the podcast, because I'm on the podcast that's for the small VTubers, and it's called the Radically VTubulars because we're all older. We talked about how to keep things going with a cold chat, you know, meaning that nobody's in here to talk to. And I'm just like, I just fucking talk. That's who I am. And Otto was like, that's one of the reasons he does the talk show that he does twice a week, is because he wanted to get to know people and talk to people. So he started the talk show for small VTubers, and that way he doesn't have to worry about a cold chat because he always has someone to talk to, i.e. his guests, which makes perfect sense to me. Hitting a Koopa with a Koopa. Yeah, exactly. I talk. It's a thing. You know, my husband's much more reserved than I am. It happens a fair bit, actually. People who are talkers end up getting with non-talkers. Well, my husband doesn't really like to talk that much. But, you know, I just am constantly talking about this or that. He actually said at one time, he said something about me having my monologues, and I'm like, well, that's good for streaming, I guess. I'm like, but you know, I could have a dialogue too if I had other people. But yeah, so let's see, what is this one? Spin kicks grant you an attack, or oh, this could fuck us. Let's go. What is it? Eating health drops will at full health increase your max HP. Okay, that did not actually fuck me over. I am good with this. I want to look at everything that has a, shit, that has a possibility of being something good, because that way I can make better choices. I just want to, I'm not going to be able to defeat Nema if I get to her. Even if I do get to her. I'm going to heal up though. But yeah, we have like a few Christmas movies to get through. We haven't watched the VeggieTales stuff yet. I'm not religious, but some of the VeggieTales stuff is cute and it's memeable. So we have the VeggieTales collection we can get through. We have some of the songs on Spotify too. Like when Larry's Hey Santa, where he has like a Viking and a robber come through his house, and then it's somebody from the IRS, and that's the one he locks out or tries to. Yeah, husband used to work for a Christian daycare alongside my mother-in-law, and he would actually be Larry sometimes. And he used to do the voice and whatnot too, like a long time ago. So I'm like, I would have loved to have seen that, but nah. Oh jeez, I got hit, bam. I wish I could cook the dog and the zombie and everything else and just give myself some extra health. But no, I have to be logical. I have to be non-wolf eating. Oh well. So yeah, we watched the one with the story of St. Nicholas, and then we watched the Light of Hope one. The Mary, Larry, and the Light of Hope. Those are the two we really watch. And the one that has Mary, Larry, and the Light of Hope has a song by Owl City on it. And we actually have that on our Spotify list as well. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I know rotten flesh usually isn't good, but like, it's animated still, so like, is it me or am I getting my whole ass handed to me since I unlocked Nema's door? Seems like it. It's alright. I don't think I'll beat her today. I just wanted to make sure we saw her today. I'm hoping to beat her next time. Now that I've explained her origin story from the Bible. Again, not religious, I just know things. Well, I don't have a religion, it's complicated. Every time I tell somebody I'm a Veil theorist, they're like, what the fuck is a Veil theorist? And then I have to kind of go through it. And they're like, I've never heard of that before. And I'm like, well, it's not really this, that, or the other. It's like, you can be a Veil theorist and be a Christian or literally anything else, but I just have a junk drawer of philosophies and whatnot. Okay, what is the point of all these barrels? I hope there's food in them. Oh, thank Christ. Okay. Because food gives me an extra little boost, so. Yeah, I'm a Veil theorist. It's where you believe that whatever we're separated from, or whatever comes after and we're separated from, that's the veil that separates us. So if you think like heaven and hell, like we're separated from the veil. If you think we're separated from the ability to be reincarnated, where we go as ghosts, our alien overlords, whatever you think, it's the veil. I do love being able to not be hit hardly at all, except in the heart. But I'm still getting hit way too often for everything to make me comfortable. God dang it. Oh my god, it's a big jangly. No, 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 no. You're not a nice big jangly. I hate those. Nope. Sorry. No, no, no. Nope. Boil alive, please. Okay. Do I get an armor part in here? No. but I did get some material, so that's good. But yeah, I have like a junk drawer of belief systems, but at the core tenet is the veil. And like why things are the way they are in a way. Like what could possibly be the reason if you believe in ghosts that we like can see ghosts and like what goes on with that, but like why we can't go where the ghosts are, and I don't know. I just have a junk drawer of a bunch of philosophies that I've had over my life. But the veil makes sense to me. Yes, eat it, freeze. After you attack them after the first freeze, they can unthaw even without me having the really bad fire attack. So, ouch, damn it to hell. Stop it. Oh, I jumped into that one. I deserve it. Ah, found Nema. Okay, we'll try. We will try. Nema's, it's not gonna matter. Yeah, it can be. Okay, let's go, Nema. Let's get me dead. Let's get me gone. Let's get me gone, girl. Oh god. I hate these things. Oh god. Stop hitting me. Stop loving me. I'm gonna apply burn and then I'm gonna just run around for a bit and like watch you burn. Like, is that okay? Like, damage over time for the win? Okay, guess not. Oh man. Come on. Drink it. Fuck. Okay. Okay, hold on. Whee! Okay. Burn, baby, burn! Oh shit. I did not dodge quickly enough. Or well enough. That it seems to be a theme here. Okay, okay. Whoa. I'm not really sure what to do during that part. Oh, wow. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait. Stop. Don't hurt me. You really want to hurt me? Yeah, you do. I know. Technically, if I land on spikes, it shouldn't hurt me badly enough to exist in a world that it hits my heart. I mean, technically that should be true, right? I mean, where on God's green earth can you possibly get hit in the heart from landing on something? That is a huge fucking thing you're landing on if true. Okay, hold the phone. Stop it, Nema. Okay, I'm gonna just wait for this to pass me by. Okay, hold on. We got her halfway dead. Is she gonna get it better? No, she's not. She's gonna get so much worse. Okay, hold on. I have to like... Oh god, no. Okay. I asked this person nicely. Damn it. So that's her halfway point. Yeah, it's been in the negatives here. And yeah, we actually had our heat going on Sunday. Or Saturday night, but our landlord fixed it right away, so it was really weird. I woke up freezing and I'm thinking to myself, I know we turned the heat on last night, so do I have a fever? Objects break on touch. Well, that could be okay. Spells will at max MP deal an additional amount of damage. Your mass is infinite overcharge. Will overcharge you take more damage. That's not good. So we'll do this. So yeah, and then it went out again Sunday afternoon, but only for a bit, and then people called him back and were like, hey, guess what happened again? So that was fine. But after all that went down, today we had a note on our door that's like, oh, we might have to get into your apartment because there might be more fuckery afoot, but they didn't have to come in this morning, so that was nice. That was very nice. Objects break on touch. Let's just crawl through for a minute. Okay, now let's go back to Nema. I hope this doesn't fuck us somehow with the boss. It very well might. I hope you've been keeping warm. I know in some parts of Canada, they were basically like, yeah, don't use like a lot of your electricity because people are trying to keep warm and we're gonna have blackouts or something. And it was like, oh boy. I've heard of that kind of thing for as far as like the summer goes in America. Like some cities they like have rolling brownouts or blackouts or whatever because, you know, people are trying to stay cool and they turn on air conditioners. But I'd never heard of like doing that for winter, so I was like, holy God. Yeah, we don't have electric here for heat. We have gas, so if we lose heat, we won't be losing, or if we lose electricity, we won't lose heat, which is good. Okay, I'm gonna jump, and then this is 8%. Yes, I love that one. Okay. Not like I'm gonna need it much because we're just trying to kill Nema right now, but we'll see what happens. I mean, what happens if I don't defeat Nema for a while? Oh shit. I'm just like standing there. The game's like, what are you doing, girl? And I'm like, I really don't know at this point. I did post on my Twitter that Evanescence is actually fucking having more music now, and I was like shocked as shit. Cause I can't imagine Evanescence after all these years, you know, doing music again. But, you know, a lot of people, just because they don't have a new album out doesn't mean they stopped making music. But I just didn't think it would be on my bingo card. My sister is like beyond thrilled. She's like, no way. I'm like, yeah, yep, it's happening. She loves Evanescence like a lot. And then Amy Wilson actually did a duet with the lead singer from Disturbed. It's a much softer song, of course, because Disturbed really doesn't do a lot of their like edge stuff anymore. Yeah, I can see why you would, though. Like, get them mixed up with Hailstorm. Hailstorm's good, too, though. Like, I'm waiting for one of the cover bands I really like to actually start doing their own music. And I don't know if they will. Like, I'm just sitting there going, you guys have some great potential, why aren't you using it? And I know there's a lot of reasons why you would choose to do cover instead of your own. Including, but not limited to, you just don't have the, like, talent for it. Okay, new insight into Nema. It has been 100 days since the monsters arrived on the bridge and the gates were closed. For 100 days we have carried out our duties. We have nursed the wounded and rationed our food. 100 days have passed and now the eternal summer has faded. The ash and snow continues to fall, but instead of nourishing the soil, it suffocates the land. The earth is cold and the forest bows under the weight. If supplies don't arrive soon, all the villagers will perish, and without them, my forest and centuries of careful stewardship will be gone. Okay, so she only wants the world to actually exist still, or the people, to make sure her gardens are fine. Well, that's kind of shitty. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Can you imagine people are dying and you're like, oh my god, what about my McDonald's? No one's gonna be alive to fucking bring me McDonald's. And don't get me wrong, I know McDonald's is not like a fucking, you know, forest where the food is and whatnot, or the beauty is, but also at the same time, I'm kind of like, okay then, kind of like, fuck you. No. I should not have gotten that. I should not have gotten that. I should not have done that. Damn it. Okay, so don't take the apple. Fuck my nuts. Yeah. Where the world only exists to serve them. Enemies are blacked out. I'm gonna take this person again. Forbidden fruit. Yeah, there can be. They have a lot of different, like, skills and stuff in this game. I really do love it. The not seeing my health thing is gonna drive me just a little bit up a tree, but will keep me alive as long as humanly possible. Oh, I love the second a lot more. I love the second a lot more. This is so much better than the first one. Like, I can't even begin to describe. The first one was good. This one is God tier. I don't usually do New Game Plus, but I have done it on here. I've done it on this one. I love it. I love it so much. If you like the first one, to me, this one is totally worth it. But then again, I played the first one after the second one. I think I went backward, and sometimes when I go backward, it doesn't end well for me. Like, I like the second State of Decay 2, like, 1,000,000%. But the first one, I was like, no. But I only played the first one after the second one. So your mileage may possibly vary on that. So let me just stab everything away. I do love that there are so many different things that can like buffer you or whatever. Like the one-hit wonders are great for money, but you have to be good at dodging things, which of course I'm not. Okay. I need to know what power you have. Oh, you have the Kamehameha. Okay. That's a nice one. Granted. Okay, let's just get the money while we're here. Because I don't think we're going to be doing a whole lot of killing Nema this time. But we'll try to get some money. I think there's a crack in the wall here somewhere. I don't have mana to get it, to get that one chest, but oh well. But yeah, I won't be streaming now till like next Thursday. Because that's when our Christmas is over and everything like that. And like I said, I still have to work on my book and see how far that goes. My brain is like, don't waste your time on it, it's not gonna happen, but I'm gonna try. I really do hate that like certain horror genres are taken a lot by like not literary magazines, but like speculative mags. But when you get into like whole books of them, it's like, I won't, you know, of course we like your like horror stories, your short stories, but we don't really want to publish like a whole book of them unless you're like Stephen King. Then we'll publish it. But as far as like anything going for people who don't already have an established whatever, no, of course not. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. This room. Oh my god, this room. Okay, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna run. They actually have a protective aura around some of the critters. So I can't even get through to them. Oh my gosh. That would be fun, but if I publish it under my own name, then people will probably find it. So I can't really do that because some of them are previously published. I'd have to like write on a whole new project, which is okay, but like most of the writing streams I do have to actually do with, you know, teaching something about writing or poetry or something in general. Like new forms or, oh god, that's the room of hell. Oh no. Don't go back in here. Don't go back in here. I don't think I'll have to. Okay, let's go down. Whee! Okay. I'm trying to find Nema so that I can go die. But I don't even think I'll make it. But at least we've seen her and fought her a couple times today. Like I said, roguelikes, they take such a long while for me that I don't usually... I'm always a little leery about doing them on stream. Because I'm like, oh mother of God. Like, what fresh hell is this? And people are not going to want to stick around if I'm taking all year to beat one game, you know? I mean, not like I have to worry about that over much. Because it's not like I have to please the algorithm gods or anything, but... Lose no health, yes, that's going to be entirely possible for me. Let's give it a try. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So I try to like mix the longer games with the shorter games. Like I'm doing Sonic Forces right now, which will hopefully be a smaller playthrough. I'm hoping so anyway. But every time Infinite puts me in the fucking Red Room of Pain, and I don't mean Christian Grey's 50 Shades Red Room of Pain, oh my god. Just dipped into the water and died. Yeah, okay. But yeah, every time I go to the Red Room from Infinite, I'm like, oh, you little son of a... So it's not great. Okay, most projectiles pass through walls. Negative HP. Nope, that's not good. I'm gonna have to... Oh, god dang it, I'm gonna reroll these people. Fuck them, okay. Everything leaves color behind. You know what, let me pick the pokey person. I know that I'm not gonna get far with them, but oh well. Sometimes no fucking pluses or minuses is the best. Especially when I'm working toward a boss. If I were only doing money runs, yeah, I would pick the person who had the most disadvantages because they give you the most money bonus, but since I'm not, I won't. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to figure out the book thing before the first. So that's another reason why I shouldn't be streaming like a lot this month. Which is fine. Somebody who was a writer in my group was like, not my writers group, just in my like vicinity. We write a lot. Like we're like basically writer pen pals. And they were like, why don't you go on like NPR for like the Wisconsin Public Radio? And I'm like, yeah, because I am such a good speaker and I have such worthwhile things to say. I am sure NPR would absolutely adore having me on for a segment. And they're like, well, you've written a book and blah blah blah. And I'm like, yes. And they're like, well, your activism, you know, because I guess I am a disability activist, not an advocate, an activist. Like I actually like do things that will precipitate change or hopefully and whatnot. Not just advocating for disabled people like myself, but I'm literally more in the thick of it sometimes. I wish I could be in the thick of it, like ADAPT is in the thick of it. We have an organization called ADAPT, and they are the ones who stage the sit-ins or the die-ins, as you call them. Sometimes the sick-ins. And they've been like literally dragged out of offices for doing sit-ins or die-ins. It's been something. You saw them bloody, dragged out of their chairs down the hallways. Yeah, so I wish I could put my body on the line like that. My body would not tolerate that. My body wouldn't even tolerate a sit-in, unfortunately. It'd be like, you want to sit for like more than 2 hours at a time? Get fucked, you old bitch. So, yeah. But I would absolutely adore like doing more proactive activism. The side of it I normally do is more on the like creative side of things. Like more for the benefit of like the disabled and neurodivergent creatives than for like other kinds of things, but you know, you never know. I have so many things I want to do, but it's like, will my body let me? Will my wallet let me? Because usually my wallet's like no, just as much as my body is like no. Like one thing I'm really looking into doing now is I'm trying to think of how I could, around the area, my hometown area, but I would really love to do this on a more national level. Yeah, wallet is shit, but so is my body, honestly. I am pretty much homebound and in bed a lot because of my fucking pain. And because I'm a fat person who has pain, everybody is like lose weight. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that totally works. Like, I have. Like, I don't talk about being a fat person too much on stream, but I'm I'm extremely, extremely fat. I joke that I'm like 800 pounds fat. And my husband's like, that's hundreds of pounds too many. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I do. I joke that I'm a troll. I joke that, you know, I'm 800 pounds. I'm not 800 pounds. But I am still what they consider like really extremely, extremely fat. And I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, I gotta lose 10 pounds. Nope. But here's the thing. At one point in my life, I did lose weight. I am slowly losing weight. And it is for whatever reason. And I told my nurse practitioner before she retired, my last one, and I'm like, what am I doing? I said, you know, my numbers aren't better because I have a lot wrong with me. Obviously, I'm disabled. And I'm like, my numbers aren't better. My, you know, anything's not better. I said, what am I doing wrong? I said, my pain, because I have chronic pain. That's why I'm in bed a lot. Like, I have severe, unrequited, I'm just unrelenting, not unrequited, chronic pain. And I'm like, what am I doing with myself? And I said to her, you know, in the last 10 years, I've lost an X amount of pounds. And she said to me, you know, your issue on this one is not your weight. Where we would tell most people, like, you know, lose weight for your knees to feel better or whatever. Because I have cerebral palsy and stuff, I have what's called premature aging syndrome. And why am I doing this instead of just going for the Winter Wonderland? Yeah, it is unrequited. It likes me, I don't like it. But, you know, I told her all this and she's like, well, you have chronic generalized pain. She said, that isn't going to make you feel better. Because I'm like, I've lost, I'm going to just say a person. How much ever you think a person weighs. I said, I've lost a person. I said, why aren't I feeling better? Why isn't my pain better? My pain is especially egregious. And she's like, because it isn't your weight that's causing this. Because I'm like, everybody says it is. They're like, not everybody is the same. And then I was like, I don't know what to do. And she said, has anything gotten better since you've lost weight? And I was like, well, when I get up and move around, I can breathe better. I'm not huffing and puffing. And, you know, and she's like, well, then something changed. Something changed for the better. And I'm like, yes, but not what I wanted. Like, I wanted to be in less pain. And I thought it was honestly the fact that I'm a fat fuck that did it to me. And I was so convinced, and she's like, no. Nope. So, unfortunately, that's just not my answer. And my new one I've had for about a year, so I guess she's not new anymore, but my new one I've had for about a year, she gave me new pain meds to try, and now we're in the bad land. You know, the one where they have to keep checking my blood to make sure I'm not, you know, taking more than prescribed. The land of the narcotics. And I'm like, you know, this new narcotic, I said, it gets me through like showering and stuff. I said, but overall, it's not really doing much for me. And she said, but you're on this thing now. And I'm like, yes. And she's like, we got to talk about this when you come in March. I'm like, yes, we do. Because I should not be not having a good time with this pain med. So I'm like, I don't know what to do exactly. And she's like, have you ever been to a pain management clinic? I'm like, no. And I said, I refuse. And she asked me why. And I said, because my mom, when she was going through all her stuff, when she had her, like, really bad arthritis in her hips, when she had her narrowing of the damned spine, and she could barely get up anymore, I said, they actually would tell her that they wanted to do a pill count. And instead of letting, like, my older brother bring in her pills, or her to, like, sit in the van outside, because she could get in the van because we had a step up at the time, but she couldn't get back in the van after she got out of it. And they were like, no, you need to come in with your pills. She said, so you can't come out to my van because I can't get back in my van and get them. And they're like, no. You can't have someone bring them in. No. You can't have someone on telehealth watch me open the bottle and count them with my face right in front of the camera. No. Like, she had to bring them in that day and be there herself, and she had to be in the hospital proper, or they were like, we're gonna take away your pain meds. So all the solutions she had, yeah, exactly, healthcare ain't it great. So when this nurse practitioner asked me, you know, have you ever been to the pain clinic in your town? I was like, no, and here's why. And she said, oh my God, I don't want to do that to you. And I'm like, nope. Because I take an accessible van service because I'm in a wheelchair. And when I take the accessible van service, I have to give them 48 hours plus. When I say plus, I mean heavily on the plus. They don't like it when I give them just 2 days of notice before they can take me anywhere. So if somebody said to me, I'm going to take away your pain meds if you're not here today, I would have no more pain meds. And if they never let me like telehealth it or whatever. So she does the blood test and stuff for me. Because I said, you know, you're going to find sometimes that I have less in my system than I need. I said, because it's a narcotic, I really try not to take it more than I absolutely deem necessary. And she said, that's okay that if you have less, I just don't want you to have more. I said, but you see, if you have less, you often get accused of selling it or giving it away. And I said, I didn't want that to happen, or people would be like, oh, obviously you're selling your pills. Like, I would not sell my pills because I fucking need them, and you know it's wrong to sell pills to people, but it would like fuck me over so badly to have it to where I was in that position. So yeah, and unfortunately or fortunately, I do know the street value of my drugs, because I'm always so scared that like somebody's gonna hear my husband pick them up for me and they're gonna like try to like take them away from him somehow. I know it sounds really weird, but like people do interesting things when they're addicted to things, and I'm always worried like someone's gonna come and like swoop away my pain meds from my husband, trying to like get him to, you know, give them to them or something, or take them from him. So let me just eat my stew in peace, ma'am. Ma'am, please. I took so much damage trying to eat my soup. I'm not beating this woman today. I'm just not. I mean, I'm gonna get her down like half health. Of course I am, but like more than that, no way. Yeah, but you know, people will be like, oh, you're just, you know, not exaggerating, but like trying to find the worst in people or whatnot. I'm just like, I'm trying to be practical. My town has a problem with drugs and alcohol, like really badly. Damn it. I knew I wasn't winning that one. Lady Pepper? That's an interesting name. What is Lady Pepper? Does it come from your cooch? Okay. So you have good taste, and then you become disarmed when stressed. No, that's a bad one to have. Enemies are something. You know what? I'm gonna reroll. Let's see. Enemies are blacked out. Okay, that's not bad. Paranoid. Chest drop and explosive surprise. Let's see. Enemies are blacked out. You know what? I'm gonna have to pick this one. And I'm not good with these, so I'm not gonna win. Pepper was British for a Lady of the Night. Interesting. Well, it's Lady Pepper, so would that be a lady who services other ladies? Yeah, I bought the Architect. I didn't need to, but we're not making much money on these runs anyway. You know, most people think that, you know, the sex workers are all, you know, women, and then they all service men or provide services for men. And that's not true. I mean, yeah, there's probably more of a market, but still. The one thing that really does suck about chronic pain, well, a lot of things do, but to be honest, one of the things that sucks is that watching my nephew is very, very hard for me. Even with husband like doing half the work, I still do the other half of the job. And even though my nephew is a, you know, very adorable, wonderful, smart 9-year-old, he also is to the point where he still needs help with certain things kids his age wouldn't need help with because he's nonverbal autistic. And so, like, there's a lot that still goes on with his care. Like, we're still working on, like, getting him to the, or his dad, I should say, is still working on, like, making sure he can get to the bathroom and all that. And with all the up and down, it really hurts my body, and then I feel like shit because I can't, like, help. Like, last summer, we couldn't take him all summer long, like, every single day. So here I am trying to find, like, at least one day a week where he could go somewhere else. And we could still, like, take care of him while our baby brother was home from college, and that's how our nephew got care for the summer. But, you know, it's very hard for me to... I'm just trying to find the way through. I don't think it'll be up here either. Okay, I'm gonna go up the long way, see what happens. But yeah, and it sucks not being able to care for people that you care about, you know? At least that way. And I think that that's one of the problems my oldest brother, like, has with me, to be honest, is that I couldn't watch my nephew, his son, for 5 days of the week all summer long. Because my body just won't fucking let me. It just won't. So. Magic Mike. Yeah. Everybody says Channing Tatum is, like, really good looking. I have to take people's word on that. I mean, he's not necessarily my aesthetic, but no shade, just different strokes. But, like, I didn't see the appeal of Magic Mike and stuff. Though I gotta tell ya, it's wild being in your 30s and finding out that you're asexual. Or technically gray ace. It's wild. And then since you have a husband, everybody's like, what are you talking about? You can't be asexual, you're married. And I'm like, yes, because that's how this works. It's like when a family friend of mine was younger, he was married to and had kids with a woman, but when he got older, he ended up with a guy, and he was actually gay. It was just in his youth that was what it was expected of him, was to be married and have children. You know, married to a woman and have children. So, yeah, that's what he did, because that was societal expectation. So, yep. But, you know, I am a sex-positive asexual, and the only kind of asexual people see as valid is the kind that's sex-repulsed. Or even not the ones that are not straight, like, or heteromantic, I guess I should say. Like, I saw a take that the only reason why asexuality is even a thing is so that heterosexuals, which I would be considered one, because I am heteromantic, the only reason that that asexuality exists was to give... Let's find out what this is. Oh, I'm gonna die. Any hit I get is fatal. Oh, sweet. And we're at the boss. I gotta turn around for a sec. But it was so that we could fit the labels. That's what asexuality was for. And oh my god. Oh my god. Ah. Okay, well that was a bad run. But I found the door at least. I should have went the other way. Okay. Let's see. Technically I should open that up just to see what it is, but I don't want to deal with that, so we're gonna go this way. 30% less health. Health regenerates, but you lose max HP when hit. Fuck that. Spells have a cooldown. Can't see your health. We're gonna take you. We're gonna take the regular warrior. So that's what we're gonna do. That's how we're gonna run this, because I don't know what to do otherwise. Maybe some better armor would help me, or different armor. Like, different classes work better in different armor, but I never change it, and I should. Oh wow. But yeah, it took me forever to realize why certain things just don't affect me the way they do other people. Like, when people talked about hot, I thought people meant they were pretty. I've told this story before, but like, the first night my mom's mom and dad met, my grandma and grandpa on my mom's side, my maternal grandparents met. My grandpa gave my grandma a ride home from the bar, and then they weren't there together. They just met there, and then they actually had agreed to meet and have a first date because they dug each other. And like at the end of the first night, they were bumping. They were absolutely in the middle of like the best session they ever had in their lives. And then they were together until the day he fucking died. I mean, that's how it was. So they fit together quite well that way. But I always thought that was just really weird. Like, to me, everybody has their own like drive for certain things. Okay, you skill crits have an extra whatever. After taking damage, yes, you're invincible for longer, sure. But yeah, I always thought that was just an unusual thing that happened rarely. Or when I heard about people who would like go home with people they just met. Like when you're watching a movie and there's like a guy and a girl making eyes at each other across the bar, and then they go home, or don't even go home, they just go to the bathroom to have a nice time together. You know, dancing and all that in the bathroom together, very close together. I always thought that was just movies. Like, oh, this movie, like, this is so rare in the humanity that people would actually do this with strangers. And I actually thought that was just something they did for, like, I know it wasn't impossible because people are people, but I thought it was just a very rare occurrence. Like, people really hype up how often one night stands or whatever occur, and I didn't realize like just the fact that it happens a lot more than I thought it did. I'm not a prude. It's just the concept of seeing a stranger and being so attracted to them, you're like tearing off their clothes by the end of the night, is not a concept I'm aware of like in my personal life. Like, to me, you have to really get to know someone, and it takes a while. In my case, years. It takes years to get that kind of attraction going. So I always thought it was so, like, weird that people would just be like, oh, yeah, we met and we had a good time together. We played Parcheesi without our clothes on, and I'm like, oh, okay, like, you know, that's not something that happens too often. Yeah, it is. It happens a lot, and it's up to each individual, but I always thought it was just so weird. Because the concept that you could be attracted to someone to the point where you would just want to get it on is like, no. Nope. And that should have been a clue right then. Like, I always thought it was just the damn movies at work. And you could be like, well, what about your grandparents? Well, my grandma was very forthcoming and forthright about anything to do with sex. Very, very forthright, as was my mom. But you know, and then I thought it was maybe the way I grew up, because my mom would be like, oh, it's, yeah, you know, sex is always better when you love someone, or you have at least a good fondness for them or whatever. So I thought, oh, it's just my upbringing. And no, my mom wasn't one of those people where you had to wait until you were married or anything. But she would be like, it's just better when you love someone. The connection and whatnot. And I thought, oh, it's just because it's my mom in my head. Like, that's why I don't understand it. Because my mom used to tell us, you know, it's just better when you have a connection with someone. And then it was like, okay, that's not it either. And then you find out that there are different kinds of asexuals, and the light bulb goes off and you're like, oh yeah, okay. One of the things different topic entirely. One of the things I worry about with streaming is that I will run out of things to tell people. Because you gotta remember, when I am in the aforementioned department, literally all day, every day, pretty much, with few exceptions, like, there's nothing left to say after a while. Eventually you'll know my every childhood memory, my every thought, every movie I've watched, everything I think about everything I've watched, every bit of music I listen to. I will eventually go through my entire Spotify playlist, and it's gonna get to the point where everybody's gonna know everything about me, most of the shit you don't even want to know. And I'm gonna be like, okay, now what? Like, now what do I talk about? I'm literally gonna have to stick to the game all the time, like every single minute of the game, just because it's going to get to where you'll know everything, and you'll be like, yes, you told us this on like April 29th, June 1st, and October 22nd. It's like, that's what's gonna happen. And I worry about that, because when you are a storyteller and you're talking about your life, one of the things you need to do is actually, you know, go out and live that life. And I worry very much so that I'm going to be telling you stories, and then one day it's going to be like, yes, every story, everything you've done, we know about. Then it's going to be like, okay, cool, like, there's nothing else to talk about then. I mean, that's probably either a baseless fear or ridiculous. Because I know there's, like, new stuff to talk about every day. Like, there's news and there's, like, new songs or movies or whatever. But I just have this feeling that eventually... Okay, because I know of a streamer. I'm not mentioning names. But I know of somebody who streams a lot. Like, almost every day of the week. And he hardly ever goes out and does anything with his life. I mean, he's married like I am and blah, blah, blah. But for the most part, he only goes out like around one fucking day of the week. And his stories, you hear about his college days, his first job before YouTube or Twitch or whatever it is, over and over and over again. Like, over. Did I mention over? And like every time he has a day out, he like talks about it on repeat, because, you know, it's one of the only things he's got going for him. So you hear about every store he goes to, you hear about where they go out to eat dinner, him and his wife, you hear about every time something breaks down in his house, because basically that's what he's doing. Like, if he had like a power outage, of course you need to know about it because he streams, but like, it's like front page news. And I worry about that so much that eventually I'm not going to have anything to tell y'all anymore. Like, I will not have any front page news. I will not have any fucking page 6 news even. Not even fucking any kind of classified ad. I will just end up doing the same thing, talking about the same shit over and over again, just like he does. And I worry about that because I talk about like when I was a kid or what things what we used to do or whatever. But eventually, if I don't have new memories or new things to do, I'm not going to have new things to talk about. And like, I could tell you all stories I make up. Like, I could definitely, oh fuck me, I could definitely do that. Because I am a writer, I could be like, okay, so... Or I could talk about the numerous horrible dreams I have, because I have incredible nightmares. Just incredibly vivid, horrific, awful, every adjective that means bad nightmares. And I've had them forever. So I could regale you with, like, my horror stories that are all of my dreams. But, like, if you're not doing anything, then... what is there? And I do worry about that a lot. Because as I listen to this guy talk about his life... Damn it. Yeah, exactly. After the first two people that were my first fans were like, okay, Toluca, we've heard fucking everything. Like you going camping with your mom and everything flooding every year because it rained a whole bunch. To all your Christmas traditions and everything, we heard it all. And then new people will come in and be like, what's that about camping and being flooded? So yeah, you can't see colors. Well, I guess we'll take you then. I don't know. I think this is the best chance I got. I wish this person could actually beat back more of the stuff. We'll see. Okay. Do we have any runes to unlock that can actually help? Okay, we unlocked it, but we're full. What is this one? Increases armor. Okay, I can't afford it. So let me go over here and see if I can buy anything else. We can buy a couple things. Dexterity for weapon crits. I'm shitty at weapon crits. I probably shouldn't have done that, but... oh well. Or I'll just have to start randomly singing. Like, all the time. I used to watch somebody who used to play Tetris 99, and, this guy would, like, set people up to, like, smack him, and then he would clear line by line. He set it up so he would get these massive combos, one line at a time. So he'd be able to take them all down slowly, and it was really amazing to watch. But he would sing constantly when he was doing it. And he was actually a pretty good singer. And I'm like, yeah, except they would be kind of like me, except the not the good singer part. Like, you know, you'd have to like figure that out for yourselves. That ain't happening with me. That shit ain't happening with me. I really do wish I could have, if there were like things I could afford that I didn't absolutely need, one of them would definitely be singing lessons. Since, you know, I come from a musical family and whatnot, I would actually really like singing lessons. But I'm also like a pussy when it comes to like singing in front of people, so I sometimes do it on stream as like a jokey reference, but it's like, if I could, I would like to do, you know, learn it a lot. And not even to sing for people, just for myself. Honestly, I would love to just sing for myself. But sing in a way that would actually be like listening to somebody who could sing on the radio. Like, I want to be that damn good, yo. I really do. Okay, what is this? Removes all visual ailments. Sure. Alright. I mean, not like black and white was bad or anything. But I guess it can help eventually. It can't hurt. But yeah, that's one of the things I would like for myself. If I were rich, I would be, like I said, I'd rebrand to the fairy godmother and like make people's wishes come true on here. But I would also like to run a bookstore. I would also like to run an old-fashioned toy store. I mean, if I were rich enough, like almost a billionaire, where it wouldn't matter what I did because failure wasn't going to be anything here or there. I would love to run those kind of places. I love bookstores, absolutely love bookstores. So I would love a bookstore, craft store, and coffee shop combo. My sister would help me run it. She loves bookstores, and I really do think that there is a huge absence of like no third places. I do really agree with that sentiment. And I would really love to have a bookstore that was like a third place. You know, where people would actually learn new things or like sit and read and have coffee, and like the Wi-Fi was free and we didn't just kick people out after a while. And we had a coffee shop in my town years ago, and it was somewhere my sister and I went, and we would have like, they would make these amazing, like, she had this really incredible chai, the owner did, and I absolutely loved it. And she would also have like these things where she would make different candy bar type stuff. And my sister and I would go there and we would just talk about our lives and everything for a couple of hours. And we were very, very sad when the place closed down, because nothing else like that exists in my town. Like, if you don't want to go to a bar, there's not really that much here for you. Like, there are like 18,000 bars in walking distance. In my county, they said that there is more, how do I put this delicately? More than average amount of churches, more than average amount of bars. So that kind of gives you like, and if you're not a churchgoer, or even if you are, a lot of churches don't do anything extra here. But if you're not a churchgoer, if you are not a, oh shit, drinker, there's really not that much. And it's like, my town would not understand the concept of a dry bar. Let me just tell you that one. They'd be like, what do you mean there's no alcohol in these drinks? So I would love for there to be a dry bar where you could just like grab something to drink and talk or whatever. But nope, that's not how it works here. Oh my god, you almost sound like me in my town in a way. We do have a bowling alley, but like outside of like, if you want to like hang out there, we have a movie theater, we have a bowling alley, but for the most part it's like if you want to go on like a date night or a day with your friends, it's like go to church, go to the bar, go to a restaurant or a movie or bowling. That's it. And it's like, it would be nice to just have somewhere where you can sit and talk. Okay, bookish, we don't know what that is. Let's see. One hit wonder, that means I'm gonna die in one hit. And then interdimensional, projectiles pass through walls. Well, that isn't gonna matter for, you know what, we'll take them out. Well, our theater is like a town fixture. Like, you know how the little towns in like especially the Midwest get all stuck in their whole, oh, it's a historical building, and here instead of like seeing this grand majestic Coliseum or whatever, you just see this fucking rinky-dink little brown building. Our town is kind of like that. So we have like, our main street's been dying for a while and they're trying to revive that. But like after Walmart came in, our Kmart went out years ago, and you know how it is. And like I said, if you're not a drinker here, like as far as like meeting new people, like there's not, if you don't go to church or a bar, you don't really go places to meet people here. Oh my god, yeah. I've heard of theaters like that, but yeah. If we actually ever won the lottery, I would probably move. Probably to the place where my oncology team was. And I think it's very sad that my life is literally like, wow, must move to the place where all the doctors are, but yeah. Because in my town, there is a, hey, how do I put this? Well, let's say this place is owned by the White Corporation. So, like, we have a hospital in the White conglomeration of hospitals, right? And the white conglomeration of hospitals is basically a MASH hospital. Like, they can, like, patch you up long enough to get you somewhere else. But, like, they don't have any specialists hardly, as far as, like, there's no real surgery they can do here. They're, like, life-flighting you out. If you need a course of antibiotics, that's fine. If you need anything else, basically, fuck you. So, that's kind of this town. Whereas, where I got my cancer stuff done, like my chemo in 2019, my oncology doctor, let's say, is in the Orange District, or in the Orange Network. And the Orange Network is one of the best hospitals and hospital groupings in the Midwest. At least the state, but I think the Midwest. So, I would like to move somewhere where we have orange. Well, orange would be nice. Orange would be great. But right now we have white, where it's just enough. And white has actually killed more people. Oh, how was Wonka? Were you disappointed it was a musical? Because I gotta tell you, more than a couple people actually did not know it was a musical. And they were like, what the fuck is this? So I wonder if you're like one of those people, or if you knew what you were getting when you went in there. Let's go down. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. So much pain and agony in one room. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Oh god. Again, so much pain and agony in one room. Okay, this ain't the right room. Let's start over here again. Oh, really? I didn't think Wonka would be enough to make people cry. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I'm so behind in movies nowadays. I haven't even seen the Barbie movie yet. Like, the last newish movie I saw was, I don't know, maybe Ruby Gillman? Teenage Kraken with my sister. We wanted to see it in the theater, but didn't, so we saw it when I came to Peacock, was it? Or whatever, whoever the hell has it. Okay, we can hear about Nema some more. Tend to the forest as I tend to my own children. Take that which is needed. Harvest only which is dead or dying. Always call the poison always. I cannot go on. I must escape the noise. Tonight I shall steal away from the village and find a nook high above the cliff's edge. There I can contemplate in peace. So yeah, everything was just getting too much for her, I guess, which I understand. Yeah. Okay, so if it's a mom thing, thank you for the warning. That is good to know. So that is good to know that it's like a lot of like mom stuff. Because I kind of have to like, I don't want to say limit my exposure, but I like to know going in. Because I lost my mom in 2021. She raised us kids by herself after dad walked out, and so I've been having a hard time with that. And then like, so my mom died Groundhog Day of 2021. And then like my brother, who was her caregiver, he died at the age of 40 in December of 2022. So nice. That's nice. Okay, I'll remember you recommended it if I get the chance to watch it. I know they're redoing Mean Girls as well. I was never one of the ones who was into Mean Girls when it first came out, so I don't know if it's gonna be. Oh fuck, I forgot he can go through walls as well. I don't know if it's gonna be for me, the Mean Girls one. You know, I know when people say get in loser, we're going shopping or we're going wherever, that's a Mean Girl reference, but I've never seen Mean Girls. Okay, that's not gonna do me any good. Okay, more health, but you can never heal. You know what? I'm gonna take that because even if I can never heal, if I go right to the boss, it's not gonna matter that I can't heal. So maybe that'll be okay. She says unconvincingly. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to just get things slowly upgraded. Here we go. Yeah, it was something more from my era. People are like, were you like, I don't remember what year it came out actually. Maybe I was a teenager, maybe I was older. I have no idea. I'm gonna be 39 soon, so I'm not sure. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. But yeah, they're actually redoing it. I think Lindsay Lohan was in the original, so that should kind of tell you around the time it was. Back when she was like acting a lot. So like I said, I know some of the memes, but I was never a Mean Girls fan. I'd seen Clueless a few times. I think Mean Girls was later than Clueless. But as far as like all that other stuff, I'm not particularly sure. Okay, crossing over with John Edward. Let's go. I'm hoping I can find the room without losing a whole lot of health. Oh, but that ain't gonna be true, is it? Nope. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Serpentine, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, so if I hit her enough, I have a fire ring. Okay, I can get up and go over, and maybe, just maybe, upward is the way to go. I'm trying to scope it all out so I don't, like, lose my health. Okay. I'm gonna do this. Let's hope something doesn't fuck me. Additional double jumps. Nice, nice. Okay. I don't think it's gonna keep me alive, but it would be a good exploration rune. Okay, let's just go up here. Yeah, I think it was actually a remake for Freaky Friday was. I'm not sure. But yeah, that is basically when she was... Maybe she was a bit older in Mean Girls. I don't remember quite. She had to have been, I think. But yeah, she was in Mean Girls and whatnot. You know, when I was younger, I was into the craft, kind of, sort of. Like, I was never one of those people that went out and bought, like, a bunch of, like, candles and shit when it came on. Like, people who own, like, shops that sell candles and other paranormal, like, stuff, like witchcraft books and whatnot, they get such a big boost every time the craft is on, like, USA or TNT or all those other low-rent cable channels. And it's because every time, like, teenage girls see the craft, they, like, want to, like, be a witch or something. I'm like, okay, then. Live your dream. Can't heal ever. God dang it. That would have been nice. Wait, does that mean if I get to the final boss, they won't actually give me the health? Because that would suck banana. Okay. There's a way up. I don't think she's gonna be up this high, but I could be wrong. Nope. Okay. I'm trying to find her without dying. Okay, here we go. Please tell me I heal at this door. Please tell me. Because I bet you I won't. They said no healing ever. Nope. Fuck. Oh well, let's die now. So much for my master plan, eh? Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. Damn it. I fell down and got hit anyway. Okay, can I actually turn invisible again? Because this character can actually do that. Okay, hold on. I must invoke my character in Astral Ascent. Because in Astral Ascent, you actually have to dodge a lot, but you're also given more of a clue when things go wrong, so... Oh shit. I am fucked. Okay. Oh, and I came undone just as she went around me, of course. Of course. Damn it. I'm not getting through this today. I'm really sure I'm not. But we're trying. There's Lady Pepper again. Okay, dwarfism. Would that actually be beneficial to me? To be smaller? I don't know. Getting hit darkens the screen, not a good idea. Okay, you know what? We're gonna try this. I don't know if it's gonna help. It might hurt me. I might get more wounded because I'm small. We'll see. Yeah, smaller hitbox. That's what I was wondering. But if you like deal less damage because you're smaller or take more because they can hit you, I'm like, maybe not a good idea, but you know what? Let's find out. I mean, I haven't been doing well with anything thus far. So let's figure it out. Well, it doesn't seem like I hit too much less. Intriguing. This might be okay if I don't start fucking it up. And that is a big if. A very big if. Good thing I have the double thing on me. Okay, upward. Upward mobility. God dang it. Like, I am wondering if I have less health, but it doesn't look like it. Well, I do now, because I'm not doing well. Okay, let me just hold on and hopefully find some things. Okay, that is nice. I got a nice big power. Okay, hold your horses. Let me just kick off this guy. Oh god, I'm fucking up, but I will heal if I get there. This one is not a no heal type situation. Okay. So let me go down. And let me go over and up. Beep. Yes, I know, you're like, why are you running instead of fighting? Well. Okay, hold on. Let me just see if we can get anything going at all. Like, anything at all. Whoops. Okay. I don't think this is gonna be a good place, but... Should I go up, maybe? Okay. Over. There's a down arrow right through there. We have 3 doorways. Okay. Well, how about over here? Okay. Ouch. I am doing well. I'm doing very well. I'm just trying to run through. Maybe that's my problem. You think? You think that could be a problem? Oh, but that's alright. Okay, this is not the right room. Now we'll take the way up. Start working our way back. Nope, that doesn't matter. Okay. So we're gonna go back over. Fuck. Okay. Let me just go up. Let me just go up, everybody. Okay, we're gonna go straight. Right into the enemies, that's right. Straight. Come on. Come on. I'm trying to find... Okay, this ain't the right route. Damn. You know, I should have probably picked somebody who had the ability to see the damn map, but I didn't want to do that because reasons. Okay, more lore. The conservatory is my home now. The villagers want nothing to do with it. To waste such a space is an insult to all we have sacrificed. I will make it beautiful. 2 lilies for those who have fallen and for those who will fall. I shall give my children a final celebration and a final meal. The forest must come first and sacrifices must be made. To take from the land would undo everything we've worked for. One day they will understand. Okay, so is she telling me she basically killed her own children to fertilize the forest? Like, am I picking up what she's laying down here? Like, is that it? Damn it to hell. Please tell me I entirely misconstrued that. Like, the world's ending and she's going bananas and she's like, we must tend to the soil. Like, okay. Maybe I should go up and then up farther. Like, lady, please. Okay, hold on. Nope, this ain't the right way either. I'm, trying so hard to find it and not, like, die before then, but... Man, I'm almost thinking that she's hinting that she has killed her kids. I don't want to finish that off with as one does. Because, nope, that's not good. Damn it. Fuck my nuts. I'm not gonna heal as much as I need to. You know, I should really just like wander around for the last time or two and like take in as much as possible and not just worry about finding the place. Okay. Is there any other way through? Is she down more maybe? I don't know. Well, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's take a look. Critical damage increased, okay. I know how to actually do criticals with the Dragon Lancer. So that's actually potentially a good thing. We'll have to find out. I forget how much I increased my gold safe to. But I think it can hold a bit yet. Okay, let's try to get there, but let's not rush through. Because apparently rushing through actually does not help me. For some awkward reason. Don't worry, the other 2 places are much worse. Actually, there's more than 2, I think, left. But the one where you have to, like, climb up higher, oh my god, that one's so painful. Okay, I'm gonna try to get up here and see what happens. I'm gonna try not to run. I don't think this is the right way, because I don't think Estuary Neymar Nama would be here. But I could just go and see, like, what's here. No, I don't think she'd be running through here, so... What I mean is the top part probably doesn't lead me to her either. I mean, I could be incorrect about that. I'm not her mom, I don't know her whereabouts, but... of every contradictory minute of the day. We can just scoop past here. That would probably give us something extra, though. Oh, hello. Found you right away. That means we're gonna die in a sec, but hey, why not? I don't think I'm defeating her with the Dragon Lancer. I don't know. I don't think that's gonna happen. Then that's why. I can bounce off her though, but I don't think it would do me much good, honestly. Maybe it would. I have no idea. Apparently not. Oh dear. Yep, I can bounce off her, but then I hit her, so... like, hit into her. Damn it. I'm not gonna make it. Again. Don't worry, before I do the next round of this game, I will be doing other stuff. Like, I will be getting more upgrades, so we can hopefully defeat her then. Oh, damn it. Oh, that is actually helpful. I forgot that was the... okay, that's not gonna help me, like, overall, but... man alive. I wish I would have remembered that. But that's what a Dragon Lancer does. Okay, so the Dragon Lancer actually have a good ability for her. And all her myriad of fucking projectiles. Okay. That sounds good. Unless it's like a contrarian where it has a varied set of skills, then not so much, but... I don't know if all of you heard this, but they are actually making a comedy special with George Carlin using AI. Like, none of the jokes are gonna be his. Of course, his likeness isn't gonna be his because the man has passed. And they're doing it. And I think it is so fucking tacky and horrible and awful and just so many other things. Who owns someone's likeness? If you don't actually have like a studio that said, I own your likeness forever, who owns you? You know? And his daughter has spoken out about not liking this. Like what they're doing to her father. I can't imagine. I'm gonna be an asshole here for a second. Forgetting AI is unethical. Because, you know, they're using people and not paying their families or the people themselves, and like the Screen Actors Guild and whatnot, how this all happened. Because you remember the Screen Actors Guild was like having trouble with the studios because they wanted to use AI for the people. And they were like, no, you can't just like hire people on like for one day, like an extra for like $30 for one day, and then turn around and use their likeness forever. Like, no, that's not nice, that's not good. Okay, so we have everything here. Like, so this won't tell us anything else about Nama or Neymar or whatever the hell her name is. So yeah, they actually wanted to utilize someone's likeness forever. Just for a one-time fee. And I cannot imagine that. Like, as many people as you want, you forever. Like, you're not paying me anymore, but you're gonna use me for the rest of my life. Like, that is so shitty. And then I think about, like, Robin Williams and George Carlin, which are two very famous comedians who died. And I think about their families, their spouses, their children, their friends, who will end up seeing them on the big screen or wherever the hell this thing is gonna happen. And then they have to literally watch, like, this puppet. I know it's a computer program, but bear with me here. This puppet that is supposed to mimic their family's meat suits. So imagine, like, you're watching TV one day and you leave the room for a minute and you fucking hear your dad's voice, and here it's somebody who's using your dad for money and to sell their product, and it's a product your dad didn't even maybe believe in. Like, maybe it's for like a for-profit thing and like your parent was very non-profit, or what if it was like very Democrat and your parent was staunch Republican? I'm just giving examples for whatever. You know, how cruel that is. To be like, yeah, your father, your spouse, they're a product to me. It's digital slavery. That's actually a good way to put it. Because you can use that person forever. And like I said, when they die, they don't die. They don't stay dead. And yet, do I miss certain actors or comedians or whatever's work? I've never met them, so I can't miss them as people, but do I miss their work? Sure. Would I like to know that somewhere out there, George Carlin had another special I've never seen? That would be great. Like, I'm not kidding. It would be great to know that there was something else of George Carlin's that I could experience for the first time. I like George Carlin. I always did. You know? And it's a thing. But would I want to, like, see him, like, his likeness being played out like a pantomime? No, I wouldn't. Would I want an AI to write new quote-unquote jokes from his old material? No, it's just a remix. I mean, what's the difference between you doing that and making a YouTube poop out of George Carlin? And I'm being serious on this one. What is the difference? You know? I mean, it gets really offensive to people who love them. And you're not paying their fucking families either to use them. Like George Carlin's daughter, she's not getting money from this. And if anything, she should have been offered money for it. But the thing is, money also means negotiation, also means being told fucking no, you don't do that to my parent. And that's not something they were gonna let happen. Her say no. Because to negotiate with the family of the estate means that they know there's something to negotiate for. And husband said he knew when they did this to Carrie Fisher that this kind of stuff was on the horizon. And I told him this did not start with Carrie Fisher. This started with the case with Jet Li. Yeah, it's really creepy. But this reminds me of the Jet Li case. For those of you who don't know, and I don't remember the year, Jet Li went to court because they actually wanted to utilize in future movies his moves, his signature moves, by like motion capping them and like using them in the future. No, they're not going to hire him for it. No, they're not going to pay him for it. They just were going to use his moves. Which some of his moves are signature and, you know, to him. And they just were going to use his moves in the whole thing. And it's like, what the fuck? And that was quite a few years ago that they were already going to do this to him. So I'm just thinking to myself, how much longer would it be until we'd be able to have this level? And this level is now. You know, so can you imagine just watching the people that you liked watching and then hear everything go wrong? Now, if you find an actual, like, interview or something that I missed with a star I like with something I might want to hear, that's a whole different thing. If you find, like, lost footage, like when Robin Williams was in Aladdin and he was the genie, they had a lot of footage of him doing different voice lines and voice impressions, and not all of it was Disney friendly, so they left a lot of it on the floor. Because they could not always use all of Robin Williams' lines. Now, if you found that video and it was shared with family permission and the company's permission, and even if the family decided to get money from it, you know what? God bless them. That's work that he actually did. Things he actually said. And if everybody was on board with it, cool. I would like to see that. That's just, again, one example. But I would not want to hear something an AI thinks is what somebody would say. I don't want to hear... I just keep thinking, okay, I lost my mom, I lost my older brother. Can you imagine walking into a room, losing somebody you love the most, and hearing their voice? just hearing it out of nowhere. And you're not like watching an old project of theirs. Like maybe if your dad was a singer, you stay away from his old songs or his old like filmography. If he were on like the Tonight Show or whatever, you don't watch that. And all of a sudden, you know, you actually have your dad's voice coming from the television. And it's like, what is going on here? You know? And I can't imagine being in another room and just hearing my brother's voice. Just hearing my mom's voice. And they sound happy and alive. And I'm not listening to anything with them because, my God, that would kill my soul. And then to have a soulless company say, well, your dad or mom or sister or cousin, they signed up for this thing, so we own them forever. I cannot imagine the heartbreak. And what if they have your, like I said, they have them show something they wouldn't say? What if they have, like, your parent being, like, really transphobic when they weren't, supporting, like, a position in a war they wouldn't, whichever side they would not endorse, endorsing that side of whatever conflict, you know, what happens then? I just, ugh. Yeah, if everybody's on board, let's say your kids were like, they knew about the project and they greenlit it. Like, the kids were, or the family was allowed to know what was in it. Because I think that's very important too. Is that when they're making these AI things, the family cannot say, hey, my mom would have never made a joke about, like, trans people, like, that way. Like, don't have her say that shit. They can't say, you know, my mom would have done this instead, or my mom wouldn't have done that. They don't get a say. Like, whatever, they're like, oh, I think your mom would have said this. Like, oh, it's good enough. Like, I don't agree with that. I think they should have all the veto power in the world. I think they should be allowed to work with the people who are doing AI. Because, like, what if, okay, we're going back to George Carlin now, because why not? Because that's who it's happening to at the moment. What if George Carlin actually had, like, jokes in, like, a briefcase that he just never used? What if she found, like, what if his daughter found material? And what if it was done in a respectful way and she was like, you know, you could probably use some of this to program in, and it would be, like, some of his own stuff people have never seen. You know, or, you know, yes, my father would have said this, or this sounds exactly like him, or no, it doesn't, or, you know, if the family had ultimate veto power, I mean, don't get me wrong, you can still have people who would do things with their family's likeness that the person didn't approve of. One thing I think of a lot is Bob Ross. Bob Ross wanted to, like, help people paint and everything like that, and is it his business partners or whatever that made him a commercial commodity? Like, he didn't want to be this guy on, like, crock pots and have his own line of X, Y, and Z. He just wanted to be able to share the joy of painting with everybody. He did not want everybody to, you know, have a whole line of, like, garbage with his face on it. It's not something he wanted. But since his business partners are like, this is what we want him to do, or this is what we want to have, because he was famous, this is what we're going to do with it. And I have a hard time with that too, because sometimes families will do things, or business partners will do things with the deceased that they would not have agreed with. I mean, in a way, it's kind of not the same, because I think his son spoke out against that, because he's like, my dad would never have wanted this. But still, like, it doesn't guarantee that just because you didn't want to do it yourself doesn't mean someone else still won't do it to you or for you. But, you know, at least the family would be involved. You're right about that. I just worry, like, some people's family would be like, oh, $signs, here you go. But I mean, if you look at it that way, it's kind of their right too. Excuse me. Ah, frog in my throat. But yeah, it is their right still if it's their father, mother, brother, whatever. If they are the ones who run the estate, it is still their right to say, okay, you know, I'm gonna do this with my father, brother, sister, cousin, neighbor's likeness. But, you know, at least there'd be a better chance of something good coming from something bad. Yeah, the inheritance type. I've had enough of my type in that type in my life, let me tell you. But like I said, then again, at least the family or whatever is making the choice. It's a tricky situation. But I don't think people should just be able to willy-nilly grab whoever off of Fame aisle and be like, oh, this one's dead, I can use this one to sell my adult hygiene products or whatever. This children's entertainer, my god, would be perfect for my new line of prophylactics I'm selling. Maybe some dildos, like, no. But you never know. I just feel like in a way it's like digging them out of the grave and reanimating them, and not in a way that's like respectful or kind, but in kind of like a Weekend at Bernie's sort of way, where you get into all sorts of shenanigans with a corpse and it's supposed to be funny but it's not. Okay, where are we going with this? Let's see. Epic relic. Every second your next weapon hit. Sure, I'm almost dead, but why not? Oof. Okay, so this is my last try, and I know I'm gonna lose. Next time we'll do this again, but I will have more upgrades, so hopefully it will go a little better. I can't guarantee it will. Ah, interesting. I know an IP can, but people aren't IPs. Are we gonna get to a point where a person is just a different kind of IP? Very interesting thought. Because you would say on the outset no, but it's primarily just because we've never had people the ability to like reuse people like that, like recycle them, kind of, sort of. And just because we can doesn't mean we should, but just because we can doesn't mean we shouldn't also. I think it really kind of depends on who it is, why it is. But yeah, it's a difficult discernment for sure. But yeah, people aren't property. It kind of goes back to the slavery thing then, doesn't it? You know, if we talk about people being IP, which is, like I said, intellectual property, like you were mentioning before, that's basically like a digital slave. And then that becomes even trickier, because if people aren't considered people anymore, and we are considered intellectual property when we die, what does that say? Honestly, and even if we are IP when we die, let's say somebody died in like 2010, would you have to wait 100 years after their birthday in order to do it? Because like, okay, I'm gonna use Betty White. Betty White was in her 90s when she died. And I love Betty White, just to clarify. Betty White was in her 90s when she died. And does that mean in like a few years she would already be up for grabs to remake her likeness? Right. She would already be up for grabs, right? I mean, if we looked at her as IP. So I don't like the idea of people becoming a version of IP. and what that says about us and how we view humanity. And I mean, I know capitalism especially already views people as product, and that's a whole different conversation. I should get going though. I won't be streaming until a week from tomorrow, so you will have a lot of time away from me. And I hope you are all safe and warm, or cool if you live in the southern hemisphere. I'm not trying to be an asshole and say have a hot fucking summer. But everybody be safe and good to yourselves. Hydrate, take your meds, get some sleep, do some gentle movement, look after yourselves, okay? You're important and you're valuable. And thank you so much for spending time. And I will see you next week, everybody, okay? Bye!